is the new Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra, and pre-orders are actually live right now. So I'll make sure to have a link down in the description below and the pinned comment, or you can also use the YouTube shopping so you can pick up a Galaxy S26 Ultra for yourself. What's going on, everyone? Josh Quinones here. So I did have the opportunity to get some hands-on time with the new Galaxy S26 Ultra, and I gotta say, it is a beautiful device. So we'll go ahead and start off with the overall design of the S26 Ultra. So the first thing you'll notice in the back is that it does have a new camera setup when you compare it to last year's Galaxy S25 Ultra. It pretty much looks like the camera setup that we have on the Galaxy Z Fold 7, but overall, I think it is a beautiful looking device, a nice frosted finish in the back. We do have 4 color options for this device. We have a cobalt violet, which looks absolutely beautiful. I love this color. We also have a sky blue, which is another nice color on this device right here. And then we got a nice black color, which is all these colors are a nice frosted finish in the back, so no glossy finishes here. And then we have a white kind of frosted looking color as well, and they all look beautiful. And we also have 2 online exclusive colors, and those are going to be silver shadow and pink gold. Now, unfortunately, I did not get to see those specific 2 colors in person, but all of the other 4 colors that I did see in person looked great. Now, the phone itself is noticeably thinner than last year's Galaxy S25 Ultra, but not only does it look and feel thinner, but it also feels lighter as well. Definitely not a heavy device to hold in hand, and it actually feels really good in hand as well, because they did round off the corners even more on this device when you compare them to last year's Galaxy S25 Ultra. So definitely a beautiful looking phone, getting a nice matte frosted finish in the back, but not only that, also on these sides as well. And it is an Armor aluminum frame, so for those of you who were wondering if they were sticking with titanium or if they were going to move over to aluminum, yes, it is an Armor aluminum frame, and we also get Corning Gorilla Glass Armor too. Now, going down to the S Pen, a little bit of a difference this year. It is no longer flat on that little clicker part on the end, but it is more so rounded on one side of that clicker and then a little bit more flat on the other side, and that is because it sits right where the curve is on the S26 Ultra, down on the bottom. So you have to make sure you insert the S Pen correctly, or it will not sit flush there on the bottom. So this is one thing that we are now going to have to pay attention to when inserting that S Pen back in the S26 Ultra. Now, it will still go in either way. It will still click into place, but you will be able to feel that it is not flush if you do insert it the wrong way. So it would have been nice if they moved it over just a little bit so it can stay flat, so it wouldn't really matter, how we inserted that, S Pen into the device. But unfortunately, this is what we're gonna have to do now, is just make sure that we pay close attention on how we are putting the S Pen back into the device. Now, going over to the display, we are getting a 6.9-inch dynamic AMOLED display with 120 hertz of smoothness. And I gotta say, it is a beautiful display as always. I mean, Samsung is always giving us beautiful displays on their devices. We're getting a sharp picture with nice vibrant colors, and then we also get this new feature that was rumored for quite some time, but it is now here, and that is the privacy display. And I made sure to try this out quite a bit when getting my hands on time with this, and it is truly a game changer. And I'm sure a lot more smartphone manufacturers are going to try to pick up on this and bring that feature to many other devices, because like I said, it is a game changer, especially for those of you who want that privacy when it comes to using your device. You have the option to turn it on or off, which slightly makes things private, but you also have an option for maximum privacy protection, which enhances this feature even more, making it harder to see from angles, whether you're on the left or the right. And this feature is actually only available for the Galaxy S26 Ultra. This is a hardware feature. It's not going to come to previous devices through an update or anything like that. So if you do want this specific feature, you are going to have to pick up the Galaxy S26 Ultra. It's also not available on the S26 or S26 Plus. But it doesn't stop there. It also has an option to turn this feature on for specific apps. So if you don't want to have, that feature on 100% of the time, you can go in and toggle on what apps you want this feature to turn on with. So every time you go into that app, this feature will automatically turn on. So say it's a banking app, or maybe you're social media or whatever it is. You can toggle that feature on for that specific app, and you don't have to worry about anybody on the sides seeing what it is you're doing on your device when it comes to those specific apps. And then we can also use it for just partial screen when it comes to notifications. So if you get a notifications for your banking app, maybe letting you know how much money you have in your account, or maybe you're getting a text message or whatever it is, it'll set that privacy feature just for that specific notification, leaving the rest of the screen visible. So maybe you don't care about anybody seeing the rest of your display, but when you get those notifications, it'll make them private so nobody else can see them except for you staring straight on with your device. Now, I will say one thing when it comes to this privacy feature on your device. If you have it on when you're taking photos or videos when in the camera app, it does make that display have kind of like a faded look to it. The colors aren't as vibrant. It's more of like a faded out look. So I would make sure it's turned off if you do plan on using the camera, whether it's taking photos or videos, because I'm not saying it's going to make your footage look faded like that, but in that moment of taking photos and videos, because the privacy display is on, it's going to have a faded out look to it. If you don't really care about that because you know the photos and videos are still gonna come out good, then you don't have to turn it off. But I'm just letting you guys know this ahead of time, because when I was there using it, I forgot that the privacy display was on. And I was taking photos. I'm like, why does it look so faded out? But then I realized, oh, the privacy display is on. So once I turned it off, then everything looked back to normal. So no, this is not going to make your photos or videos, faded out or anything like that, or less vibrant. It's just in that moment when taking the photos or videos, if you do happen to have it on. So don't worry. But just kind of scrolling around the device, it is definitely a smooth experience. Of course, like I said, we are getting that 120 hertz display. This is going to be powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 for Galaxy. It does have a redesigned vapor chamber for sustained pro level performance without overheating. So this device should perform like a boss, not just when scrolling through the device, app drawer, home screens, anything like that. But when it comes to playing games or doing maybe any heavy video editing, it should perform very well because of the Snapdragon chipset and the redesigned vapor chamber that we are getting in this device as well to help keep it nice and cool, which is going to keep it running great as well and performing really good. Now, the S26 Ultra does have a 5,000 milliamp battery, which is the same size battery that we have seen for years on their Ultra devices. Samsung, when are you going to give us a bigger battery? But we'll see. I mean, it's not that battery life was bad in previous devices that have had this sized battery, but it would be nice to have a bit of a bigger battery. We are getting 60 watt super fast charging 3.0, so it will be able to get you from 0 to 75% in just 30 minutes. So it's nice that they did bring some faster charging this year when it comes to charging this device. And we also have faster wireless charging as well. We're getting 25 watt super fast wireless charging. So even though we didn't get a bigger battery, we now have the option to charge the device much faster than before. Now, going to the cameras, we have a 12 megapixel front facing camera, a 200 megapixel main wide camera, a 10 megapixel 3x optical zoom lens, a 50 megapixel 5x optical zoom lens, and a 50 megapixel ultra wide lens. Now, the 200 megapixel main and the 50 megapixel telephoto both have a brighter aperture this year, so it's definitely going to help out with that nightography. If you happen to be taking some night photos, whether it be with the main lens, of course, you're going to get a brighter picture. Or now we can zoom in with the telephoto lens and still get a good quality nighttime shot because of the brighter aperture that we are getting with both of these lenses. And I did get a chance to take some photos while getting some hands-on time with this device. Of course, this isn't a true camera test or anything like that, but just with the few photos that I was able to take there in person, I can say that the cameras do look like they are going to perform very good. There has been some improvement to the cameras this year, and it also has a super steady with horizontal lock feature for video as well, with automatic correction up to 360 degrees, which is actually a nice feature. So we should be getting some very, very steady video with this feature. But I did do just a quick video test there, so check it out. Okay, so just a quick front-facing camera test at 4K, 30 frames per second. I am indoors. Got Grego's TV. What do you guys think? Just a quick video test. And then here is a quick video test with the rear facing cameras at 4K, 30 frames per second. We'll test out all the lenses here really quickly. We got the main lens, and then we have the ultra wide angle lens here. Everybody creating their content. This is 3 times right here. That's 5 times telephoto lens. And then this is 10 times telephoto lens. Kind of zoom in all the way down there. And then we can zoom all the way to 25 times. And then back to the main lens. What do y'all think? Just a quick test here indoors. Now the Galaxy S26 Ultra is giving us this really cool photo assist feature that allows you to use natural language to edit photos straight from the gallery itself. So I'm able to just talk to the device, letting it know what I want to add to the photo or maybe take away from the photo. And straight on the gallery itself, it will do that with Galaxy AI, and it works great. I told it to add some, some fruit or some berries to the, cinnamon roll right there, or the picture that I was looking at. And it did it great, and it looked really good as well. Very edible, but it did a good job with that. And then I also had it add a party hat to this little dog right here. And even with that, it still did it great. And you can't even tell that AI was really used to edit these photos or add anything onto that. So Galaxy AI is doing work when it comes to this new photo assist feature. And I think it's going to really come in handy for a lot of people. Now, we've also had some improvements with audio eraser. So if you're not really familiar with what audio eraser is, basically you can go into your video and take out different sounds. So if you got some background sound going, maybe some wind or some background noise that you don't want in your video, maybe when you're talking, you can go into this and use Galaxy AI to take out those background sounds. Now, not only is this going to be available with the videos in your gallery, but this is now going to be available with third-party apps as well, like YouTube, Netflix, Instagram, and just more apps as well. So this is nice that we are able to carry this feature over to third-party apps within the Galaxy S26 Ultra, and I'm sure it's going to come in handy for a lot of people. Now, the S26 Ultra is going to come in 3 different models. We got a 256 gigabyte model with 12 gigabytes of RAM, a 512 gigabyte model with 16 gigabytes of RAM, a 1 terabyte model with 16 gigabytes of RAM. And like I said, you can pre-order this device right now. So I'll make sure to have a link down in the description below, or the pinned comment, or like I said, you can even use the YouTube shopping if you do want to pre-order this for yourself. The official launch date is March 11th, and the starting price for this device is $1,299.99. Yeah, it's a bit high, but what do y'all think about the new Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra? Of course, this was just all based off of some quick hands-on time that I had with this device. I will be bringing tons more videos with this device, so make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any other future videos that I have coming for the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra. If there's anything that you would like to see in a future video or in my full review, just let me know down in the comment section below, and I will make sure to answer any questions or cover it in a future video. But thanks so much for watching. If you did like this video and find it helpful, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any other future videos to come. Let me know what y'all think about the S26 Ultra. This is Josh Quinones. I will see you on the next one. Peace out.